I find joyful when I'm talking to my cousin or doing something that I like.
My baby boy makes me feel joyful. Kittens make me feel joyful. Any kind of baby animals make me feel joyful. Just being at home and relaxed makes me feel joyful. Roller coasters are nice. Happy spring days are nice. Very joyful.
I enjoy working in my garden. That makes me very happy because flowers make me very happy. And I enjoy being with my family. So that makes me really happy.
I feel happy when I get to eat at Celeste's or when I spend time with my girl Marie.
Thinking about the release that death brings.
When I was in India and I had to exam next day, it was like a final exam. But day before it was one of my cousin's wedding and I couldn't go. I mean, I couldn't make up mine either because I wanted to study for my exam or go to my cousin's wedding. I ended up studying for my exam though, but it was really hard decision to make.
Well, deciding on what to share with you for this question is probably one of those. When I was living in North Carolina on Knott's Island, I had this really cool house. And it was on the water and it was next to a vineyard and it was just like magical where we lived. However, it was 50 miles away from here at PA, which was crazy with gas money and just time. So we decided to move back here, but that was really, really tough because we loved the house so much. But at the same time, if we needed to go to the store, it was at least an hour commitment round trip. So whatever you needed to do at the store added to that time, and it just didn't make much sense to stay there, even though we loved it.
I think probably when at the end of my first year of college at the University of Alabama, I had to make a decision whether or not to continue to go to school or to join the Navy. And it was my choice alone. I did not have my parents there to help me make the decision, so that was probably one of the hardest decisions that I made. It was probably one of the best decisions that I made, but it was really hard because at the time I was very young.
When I walked into a meadow and saw an Arab lying there, I couldn't decide if I should make my presence known or not before I shot him.
When I was composing The Hollow Men, word choice was a major struggle of mine.
I feel bad because it's like you get a tension in your mind that you want to do this but you cannot do it. So I get tension and then I just don't end up doing that thing even if I want to do it.
It was really conflicting because there were, you make a list of pros and cons, and the pros were definitely great, but they were kind of superficial, and they weren't realistic. So it was definitely a difficult decision to make, but at the same time, I definitely felt conflicted.
It stressed me out because I am a type A personality. So for me, order is very important. And my pro-con list did not work out the way I thought it was going to work out. So it stressed me out.
Well, I had heat stroke, so I was sick. He saw me before I shot him.
Felt as if the weight and significance of my poem depended on my decisions.
I think it depends on the situation they're in because sometimes it can be hard or it can get complicated or then partners can find the easy way out too.
Well, I think in my relationship with my husband, having known him since I was 12 years old, I think that we've had our fair share of both. But I think in the end it's all about compromise.
I would like to say compromise and discussions because that sounds like the right answer. But, and I think it is true. I do think that is true. And after being married for 26 years, I've had to learn to do that. But I do like it when I can make a decision and then you make that decision and move on. That is important to me. But I think you have to compromise because it's not all about you.
Solid decisions. Marie should do what I need her to.
Everybody should be able to talk to their partner openly, but both parties should be able to compromise.
No,
No? Okay.
because you need to know what's going around.
Okay. Well, I think that happiness is an emotion, so I think that goes along with caring in the end. And I just think if you just go through life like really nonchalant and you don't allow yourself to care, you're going to miss out on the good stuff too. Life?
Absolutely not. I need to know what's going on. I need to care about what's going on. I need to know that what I do affects other people, and what other people do surely affects me. So I need to care.
Yeah, as long as you find little things that bring you joy.
Happiness should come from the small joys in life, but you should recognize your achievements as well.
Does a person's ability to make a solid decision actually affect the amount of happiness they can get out of life?
Sometimes.
I think so, because if you can't make a solid decision and you're sitting there in limbo and just going through the stress so much, I think that kind of outweighs happiness.
Yes, because I need to make a decision. I don't think that you can move on until you make a decision, even if it's the wrong decision. But you need to have something in order to move on.
Happiness isn't a priority, but I know what I want.
I think that life will bring you joy based on your decisions and on your intentions.
After talking to many people about this question, I think that I've come to a conclusion. Yes, your ability to make a solid decision does affect the amount of happiness you can get out of life. You will get more happiness if you can actually make a decision and inflict your actions based on that opinion than you will if you just sit around and wonder what you should do. It's better to come up with a decision and act upon that decision. Even if it's wrong, you can fix it or change your mind later, or like, nothing's written in stone, okay? You can change your mind. But I do think that happiness, like, if you can't make a solid decision, then you won't be as happy as if you can. Today, in this century, it seems like more and more people are having trouble making up their mind. There's too many options for people, and I think that is what the key the key factor is that causes this disintegration of order now. If you make up your mind and you make your own decisions, then like order won't disintegrate, like the world around us won't control us. We will control what happens in our world if we are able to make up our own decisions, our own minds, because we are the most important thing in our lives. And making up your mind is what your key focus should be. You shouldn't make up somebody else's mind or try and help somebody else with your problems if you can't even figure out the solutions to your own issues.